triangle, right? I figured it out. The voice of reason, the solid, hold it down, the beige rage, and the agitator.
The Breakfast Club.
Everyone just kept telling me to prep for this.
One word to describe the Breakfast Club would be black.
Impacting the culture.
People watch the Breakfast Club for like news and really be tuned in, man.
I don't even know what it calls Breakfast Club. It's like brunch.
Envy, Yee, and Charlamagne.
Wake that ass up, get out of bed, and listen to the Breakfast Club.
I'm waking up.
Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now, in sports, Major League Baseball, the Yankees got swept, so they're going to be sitting home. They lost to the Houston Astros 6-5.
That's good, man.
It's not good.
No, it's good. New York, we getting a little gassed up. You know, the Jets winning, the Giants winning, you know what I mean?
Oh.
It's good. It's good. It's good to get the Yankees up out of there.
It's not good, which brings me to my Giants. My Giants won over the weekend. They beat the Jacksonville Jaguars 23-17, drop a bomb for the Giants. We are 6-1, drop a bomb for the Giants.
Who's that one loss to?
The Bengals beat the Falcons 35-17.
No. I think it's very important to always say who the one loss is, because you know when you have a record at 6-1 and there's only one loss, you have to say who the one loss is to.
It was to the Cowboys.
Okay,
You got two losses. Who are your two losses to?
I don't even remember. Who remembers the losses?
Now you don't remember.
Who remembers the losses?
Tampa Bay and the Eagles. All right. Now the Cowboys beat the Lions 24-6.
Don't speed by that. The Dallas Cowboys beat the Detroit Lions 24-6. Okay, Dak Prescott came back. Our defense still looks stellar. Didn't look that good yesterday, but we still shut them down to 6 points.
You know the Detroit Lions are 1-5, right?
I could care less. You had to look that up.
I did.
You just know they sucked.
I did. They sucked.
You just know they sucked. You just have to know how bad they suck. It don't matter. A win is a win.
Titans beat the Colts. The Commanders beat the Packers. Goodness gracious, Packers. Everybody's spanking y'all. The Panthers beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Ravens beat the Browns. The Jets, shout to the Jets, they beat the Broncos. Raiders beat the Texans. Seahawks beat the Chargers. Kansas City beat 49ers. And the Dolphins beat the Steelers. And in Monday Night Football, the Bears take on the Patriots tonight at 8:15. What else we got, Yeezy?
All right. So a federal appeals court has put a temporary administrative hold on President Joe Biden's student loan forgiveness program. That is because Republicans are actually trying to go against that. So that's a case brought by 6 Republican-led states asking for a preliminary injunction to halt that policy after a district court dismissed the case earlier this week. So they have until Monday right now to respond to the state's request. The states will have until Tuesday to reply to that response. They had asked the appeals court to act before Sunday. That's the earliest date that the Biden administration said they would grant student loan discharges. So for everybody who is applying, they said please continue to apply for relief, because they're going to continue to move full speed ahead in our preparations in compliance with this order and fight back against Republicans' legal efforts to the program.
Now, this is when I need a better understanding of government, because I just don't understand how they can halt and stop what a president has declared already.
Well, they're appealing, so now the administration has to respond.
But that's what I'm saying.
To that
What does it have to do with them actually granting the loan?
Because they're trying to say that it's illegal for whatever purposes.
But that's my point. How can, just because they got they're bringing up some legal stuff about it, how can they override what a president wants to do just because they disagree with it legally?
Well, a lot of these legal challenges, they're trying to say that the Biden administration doesn't have the authority to cancel these loans. That's what's been the problem all along.
That's my point. Like, the president don't have the authority? That's what I'm saying. Like, a president doesn't have the authority. It's the president of the United States of America.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens, but we should be able to know something, I guess, by Tuesday. That's crazy, though. It's election time. It's saying one of the most important things when it comes to these midterms is the economy. And so just pay attention who's trying to make sure that you're not getting any money if you have these student loans. And that student loan forgiveness program, like we said, was first announced in August. It was going to help out so many people. But now 6 Republican-led states, as well as other states, have been trying to make sure that this doesn't happen. All right, and that is your front page news.
All right. Get it off your chest. I just want to say, by the way, the Giants have the second best record in football. Just want to let
Who's first?
Know. The Eagles. Okay. Eagles, then the Giants.
Oh, they're undefeated.
Second best record.
And who beat y'all?
Football. Get
the
it
Dallas
off your
Cowboys.
chest.
Hey, I want to salute the South Carolina Gamecocks, too. Drop one of Clues Bombs for the South Carolina Gamecocks, man. They beat Texas A&M this weekend. That's a big win for them. First time they ever beat Texas A&M ever since they've been playing. So salute to the South Carolina Gamecocks.
All right, yeah, shout out to the Cocks out there.
Out there with the same, are they 5-2? Yeah, they 5-2, just like the Cowboys. Yeah.
Okay. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Discover something new on HBO Max. Stream groundbreaking HBO originals like the highly anticipated.
I'm dialing. Hey, what you doing, man? I'm dialing. I'm calling you.
This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hello, good morning. My name is James.
James, good morning. Get it off your chest. Good morning.
Yeah, how you doing? First of all, good morning, DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God.
Morning.
Peace, King. How are you, brother?
I'm doing all right. I have a quick question, if I may, kind of get off my chest.
Go.
When it comes to personal credit, right? I have a small business. I just bought a truck recently. I have a trucking business, and I doing pretty well in it. But I'm in a situation where I'm trying to get a place, and I'm having a hard time getting a place because of what's on my personal credit.
What's your credit score?
Man, it's just the 580s.
Okay. Well, that's why you have a problem getting a place. You got to get the credit up. What's on your credit? You got late fees, late charges. You got bankruptcies. What's on it that's keeping it down, or too much outstanding?
I got a lot of stuff removed. The only thing that's really killing me right now, I have one eviction on my record.
Yeah, what on your record?
Eviction.
Oh, eviction. Oh, that'll hurt it.
Yeah. Can you get somebody to co-sign with you?
No, I definitely seek help on that, but you know how it is when you ask for help.
All right, well, hold on the line. I'm going to send you to Jose, the credit dude. A lot of times with those evictions or if it's bankruptcies or something like that, if you're able to pay what you owe, you might be able to work a deal and they might be able to take it off if that's the route that you were thinking about going, and that'll shoot your score up. But he'll be able to guide you a lot better than any of us up here will be able to, because that's what he does for a living. So let me put you on hold and I'll connect you with Jose, the credit dude.
I'd appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, brother, hold on, okay?
He sounds so sad, man.
Definitely.
Financial problems
Yo,
will
when
get
your credit
you down.
score is low like that and you can't get stuff, everybody sounds sad. Hello, who's this?
Yeah, what's the word? Envy is Mellow.
Mellow, what's up, Mellow?
Mellow.
What's the word? First of all, I'm not even going to hold you. It was just my birthday last week, so you know what I mean? I'm trying to get litty for the one time.
Okay.
And now, I'm not going to hold you, Envy. You are on to something. That Fellas Night Out idea, if you
Fellas
need
Night
somebody
Out.
on the hook, you feel me? They call me Trey Wrongs for a reason.
Well, let's hear it. Let's hear a hook right now. What would your hook be for Fellas Night Out?
I'm not going to hold you. I didn't know if I was going to get through, so I ain't think that far ahead.
Come on, do it right now on the spot, Mello. You got this.
Why do you need a Fellows Night Out,
Because
Envy?
Babyface is coming in. He has an album called Girls Night Out. So I said the next album should be Fellas Night Out, and Mello's with me.
Exactly. Charlotte, you could be down with it too. You look like Morris Left Nut. I'm Trey Wrongs.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like hanging with dudes that much. Like, I don't have a lot of homeboys that I would want to have a night out with.
Well, let's hear your hook.
I got you. That's the best I could do for
There
you
you
right
go.
now.
Oh,
They
my
call me
God.
Trey Wrongs.
All right, Trey Wrong.
Fellas Night In.
For good morning.
You too, bro.
I like being with my homegirls, to be honest with you.
Hello, who's
And my
this?
wife.
My name's Samir. What's up,
You sound like you underwater, bro. You sound like you with Namor.
We good?
We good.
Oh, I can hear you now.
We good now. Get it off your chest, brother.
Yeah, I want to know what's going on with that Brett Favre situation with him stealing that money. Like they're trying to sweep it under the rug now. I don't hear nothing about it now.
Yeah, last thing I heard, he said he don't have anything to do with it.
Yeah, that was the last thing, and I think he was gonna do an interview or release some receipts that said he didn't have nothing about it. I don't know, but like you said, yeah, it was swept under the rug. I ain't hear much about it in the last couple of weeks. But get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Let's go.
This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed.
Say it with your chest.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
So if you got something on your mind, let it out.
Hello, who's this?
Hey guys, it's Sasha, the Haitian therapist.
Hey, good
Hey,
morning.
Sock Passe.
Not blessed. I just wanted to say the Mental Wealth Expo was amazing.
Hey.
Oh, man, it was great meeting you out there.
Yes, hopefully I didn't bother everyone by, slanging my proposal.
No, we appreciate it. I'm happy that you came, man. Next year, we might get you on a panel or something.
Oh, I would love to. And your wife is absolutely beautiful, and Nyla is beautiful and funny.
No, they're my people. That's family right there.
Yes, it was great. It was so wonderful seeing all those black men and women in the audience. I'm hoping next year to bring my boyfriend so we can have a better experience.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
You have a good one, mama. Hello, who's this?
Hey, my name's Spencer. I'm from Savannah, Georgia.
What's up, Trent? Get it off your chest.
He said Spencer, didn't he?
I said Spencer.
Oh.
How you get Trent from? How you get Trent?
Because they put the names next to the thing and it says Trent.
Oh. What's up, Spencer? I love Savannah, man. What's happening?
Hey, nothing much. Good morning, Charlamagne the God, DJ Envy, Angela Yee.
Good morning.
How you guys doing?
Blessed, black, and highly favored, man. I love Savannah, by the way. Savannah and Hilton Head, oh my God.
Yes, sir. Well, I definitely wanted to call special positivity this morning.
Okay.
I've had a great weekend, real successful. I got a promotion at my job.
Hey, nice.
Yeah.
Congrats.
I also want to give thank you. I also want to give a shout out to my sister. I don't know if you guys remember. I called like a few years ago. My sister had her waist trainer business, Body by Caucasian.
Oh yeah, Envy bought a couple. He wears them all the time.
Did he for real?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
He might have it on now.
No.
He be telling people it's a bulletproof vest, but it's a waist trainer.
No. And you if you think he remembers that call from 7 years ago, you crazy too, brother.
He said 3 years ago. God damn, man. Could you get Trent's information right? All right. You didn't call Spencer Trent. Now you said it was 7 years ago. He said 3 years ago. What's wrong with you this morning?
Go ahead, Trent. Finish what you were saying.
Spencer.
She's definitely doing very good now. She's actually a personal trainer, a mental health coach. A lot of that is credited to you, Charlamagne. She really has read a few of your books.
Oh man, tell her thank you, King.
Really helped her excel in her business. So I just want to thank you guys for everything you do every morning. I listen to you guys religiously.
Hey, you got to tell them the website to your tell them the website to your wife's waist trainer.
Sister.
Yeah, Sister's waist trainer. It's bodybycaucasians.com. She also does on her Facebook is Coach B. That's her fitness coach name.
Okay.
So look her up. She does online workouts with you. That's what you need. She got nice meal plans. She got a nice tea, nice detox tea, bodysuit.
Okay.
All the basic essential needs of working out.
All right, we're going to check it out. What's the website again?
No.
It's bodybycaucasians.com.
Body by Caucasians.com. Got you.
Shout out to you, Trent.
Oh man. Goodness. When you shout out your website, you got to shout your website. Just let it sit there for a second, people.
Oh my goodness. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. We got rumors on the way, Easy?
Yes, and let's start it off with Cardi B. She was in court for a lawsuit. We'll tell you what ended up happening and what that lawsuit was for. And then she also was going back and forth with Madonna, but it looks like they squashed things. We'll give you that update as well.
All right. And don't forget, Babyface will be joining us next hour. So don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is The Rumor Report with Angela Yee. On The Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
All right. Well, Black Adam for Dwayne Johnson, a.k.a. The Rock. That was his biggest domestic box office opening in a leading role. DC superhero movie made $67 million in the United States and $140 million globally. Prior to that, his opening for Hobbs and Shaw made $60 million during the launch, and that was the best for him.
Is it any good? I got to ask my guys from the Trap Nerds podcast because I'm just not into the DC film universe. I watch it when it comes on a streaming platform or something.
Well, he said, hopefully with Black Adam, little black and little brown boys, little boys of color and little girls of color, all kids will look at Black Adam and the cast and the color and the diversity that we have in our cast and crew and go, I can be that.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to support.
Yeah, Black Panther did that already.
Okay, well.
And Black Panther Wakanda Forever be out November 11th in just a few weeks, baby.
And people can keep doing that in these roles, though. It's important, you know. And let's talk about the first week sales projections for Taylor Swift's album, Midnights. That's going to be a #1 album. And according to first week sales projections shared by Hits Daily Double, they're saying that she's going to do between 1 million to 1.2 million units in the first week. Sheesh. Now, you know, Lil Baby last week had a huge week, too. He had his third #1 consecutive album, so congratulations to him for It's Only Me.
Dropping the clues bombs for Lil Baby and QC. That's QC's like, what, second #1? Didn't Quavo and Takeoff debut at #1, too?
I'm not sure if they did.
Now, Taylor Swift, on her behalf, Spotify actually crashed because so many people were going to listen to her album. And she also put out the 3 a.m. version, too. So first she put out 13 tracks, and then at 3 a.m. she put out more out, an expanded edition already. So she's going to get a significant boost after that. 7 additional tracks were included. I saw she was also doing like random pop-ups at Target. So people were like waiting outside of different Targets, hoping that she was going to show up.
No way.
Yeah.
Well, Taylor Swift is a big deal. That we know.
She also had some backlash. I don't know if y'all heard about this. But she has a video for her song Anti-Hero, and she's looking at the scale, and it just says fat on the scale, so people felt like that was fat phobic.
Man, shut up, people. People shut up. Like, that's it. Shut up.
It turned into a big deal. But she's had her own struggles, with body dysmorphia, and sometimes you look at the scale, and even if you're not that or... you just think that automatically.
Isn't that the whole point, though?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Like, how's that fat phobic?
They didn't like her using the word fat, and then some people were like, oh, she's skinny. Why is she doing?
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Well, we don't use fat in my house.
I think we just need to burn the dictionary, because words don't matter no more. It don't matter what words mean anymore. Words do not matter.
It does.
I can't say fat now?
No.
All right, now Cardi B won a lawsuit against the man who said he was humiliated that she used his tiger tattoo on a mixtape cover that he felt was raunchy. He said it felt like my Michelangelo was stolen off the wall. That's Kevin Michael Brophy during his trial. And the judge did side with Cardi B. And so here's what she had to say after winning that lawsuit.
I just want to say, oh my God, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. And you want to know something? I wasn't sure if I was going to win or not. I was really nervous. But I also felt like, you know what? If I win, I'm going to curse the out that's suing me. But you want to know something? I don't even feel it in my heart to curse them out. I just feel so grateful and thankful that it's just like, I actually wish them the best. And I'm sorry that we just all had to be here. Anyways, I don't even know what's going on with me right now. I just feel so happy. I feel like God is throwing glitter on me. I just want to tell y'all this, that God is so good. I always felt like God put me in this position in life to spread his word, and I'm so grateful. You gotta count your blessings.
Yeah, he was suing for $5 million in damages. He said the image of that tattoo used on the album devalued the art, which took months to complete the tattoo on him. And he said people will come up to me, I can't believe you own that piece. Can I see it? When you get one little tattoo, that's one thing. This was a journey. It took a lot of pride. I want to protect this as much as I can. Now, Cardi B said that she had nothing to do with the album artwork. It was taken down, and that his life and career have not suffered as a result of her using a piece of his tattoo for her work. And she said the album art was transformative and fell under fair use.
I know people think Cardi B in court all the time, but she actually just documents it more than the average person. Because when you got money, frivolous lawsuits like that happen literally all the time.
Well, I love the fact that Cardi and her the person that helped her on her journey, Shaft, were in court together fighting this case because they were there together. They actually posted. And I always wonder about tattoos because now, when you have a tattoo and you do something on film or TV, they have to get it cleared, which is the wildest thing. We see it with Mike Tyson. When Mike Tyson had to get that tattoo cleared. It's just always weird to me because I thought it's your tattoo. You paid for it, so shouldn't that person own the rights for it? It's just weird.
Yeah, sometimes when you film in your house, too, if you have, artwork hanging up on the wall, you have to get clearance or you got to take it down.
That's weird to me because you pay for it. You pay for that artwork. You pay for that tattoo.
I can understand the artwork on the wall. The tattoos is a little bit different. I'm like, why can't you show your own tattoo? It's yours.
All right, now, Cardi B also, there was an issue with Madonna, and I'm sure you guys saw this over the weekend, but, Madonna was basically talking about the sex book that she had put out. I don't know if did y'all ever see that sex book? She said, 30 years ago, I published a book called Sex. In addition to photos of me naked, there were photos of men kissing men, women kissing women, and me kissing everyone. I also wrote about my sexual fantasies and shared my point of view about sexuality in an ironic way. I spent the next few years being interviewed by narrow-minded people who tried to shame me for empowering myself as a woman. I was called a whore, a witch, the devil. Now Cardi B can sing about her WAP. Kim Kardashian can grace the cover of any magazine with her ass, and Miley Cyrus can come in like a wrecking ball. You're welcome, bitches. And she put a clown emoji after that. Well, Cardi B took particular offense to this. She didn't like the part, you're welcome, bitches, with the clown emoji. And so she went on social media and basically said, I literally paid this woman homage so many times because I grew up listening to her. She can make her point without putting clown emojis and getting slick out the mouth. These icons really become disappointments once you make it in the industry. That's why I keep to myself. Well, fortunately, the two of them squashed things. Now, we saw Jason Lee posted on the phone with Madonna and Cardi. Listening to both women share their perspective on the communication going on has broadened their love for each other. Love this, signed a fly on the wall. And here's what Cardi said.
I had a beautiful conversation with Madonna, and I'm glad that I had a conversation with Madonna because, I am sensitive. Like, y'all already know I'm a sensitive gangster, so you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes when I read things, when I see things, like, I just be like, hey, yo, what the f***? And, like, my feelings was a little hurt because, to me, Madonna is not just no regular artist. She's actually somebody that I really look up to. I'm a fan of all of her songs. I perform her songs in my talent show. She's one of my favorite artists. And I just feel like she's an amazing feminist woman.
All right. So problem solved.
I think people from the Bronx just like to fight, especially the women. They just have an energy where they just always ready. They just always on some wish your mother effer would type of energy.
All right. Well, that is your rumor report.
They always feel like they're being tried. They just always ready to go.
Always.
Women from the Bronx are always ready to go.
0 to 100.
Okay. Earrings are already off. Vaseline is already on the face. What do you want to do?
There's no in between.
It's none whatsoever. It's 0 to 60. Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay. Bacon, egg, cheese, and beach. That's what they about.
Bacon, egg, cheese, and beach.
That's what women in the Bronx are about. Bacon, egg, cheese, and beach.
Goodness
okay.
gracious.
They waking up this morning right now. They want bacon, egg, and cheese in a fight.
Yeah.
That's what they want.
Good morning, Bronx. Good morning. We got front page news next. What we talking about?
Yes, and let's talk about this respiratory virus that is spreading at unusually high levels, and that is overwhelming children's hospitals. They're full.
Oh, Lord.
And good morning to the Bronx Borough President. We just wanted to say good morning.
Okay.
All right. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Discover something new on HBO Max. Stream the latest HBO originals like House of the Dragon, then catch the biggest movies like Elvis starring Austin Butler. Discover the stories that move you. Learn more at HBOMax.com.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. All right, NFL Sunday. Giants beat the Jacksonville Jaguars 23-17. Drop a bomb for the Giants. We have the second best record in football. Drop a bomb for the Giants. Bengals beat the Falcons. Cowboys beat the Lions. Titans beat the Colts. Commanders beat the Packers. Panthers beat the Buccaneers. Ravens beat the Browns.
So disrespectful.
The Jets beat the Broncos. The Raiders beat the Texans. Seahawks beat the Chargers. The Chiefs beat the 49ers. And the Dolphins beat the Steelers.
Did you say the Cowboys beat the Lions?
I did.
And that we're 5-2?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
I did say
Drop
that.
on the clues bomb to the Dallas Cowboys. And salute also, too, to the South Carolina Gamecocks, man. They beat Texas A&M this Saturday. That's the first time they ever beat Texas A&M since they've been playing. So salute to the Gamecocks. I was at that game at Williams-Brice Stadium this Saturday. Nothing like that Williams-Brice energy. Salute to the homie Kim. What up, Kimbo?
All right, in Monday Night Football, the Bears take on the Patriots. And in the World Series, the Phillies take on the Astros. All right, that's Houston versus Philadelphia. What else we got, Easy?
Damn, Astros always in the World Series.
The last couple of years now, they busted
The
ass.
last couple, I feel like the last 10. What has it been? It got to be at least
last
4. Somebody said 4.
Yeah,
4.
They've been busting ass.
All right, now a common respiratory virus is spreading, and they're saying this is unusually high levels. And so for kids, they normally get RSV at some point before they turn 2, and it's usually mild. The symptoms are like, it's called RSV, a respiratory virus.
I never heard of that.
Yeah, it's like a common cold. It includes runny nose, decreased appetite, coughing, sneezing, fever, and wheezing. They typically last a week or 2. They clear up with rest and fluids, but in some kids, especially young infants, RSV can be more dangerous, leading to dehydration, breathing trouble, and more serious illnesses like bronchiolitis or pneumonia. But now there's an unprecedented rise in RSV cases among kids in the U.S. According to doctors, pediatric hospital beds are more full now than they've been in the past 2 years. And they're saying that there's no specified reason, but hospital beds are about 3/4 full right now for in pediatric hospitals. And so there's been such a surge. They said they had so many patients. There's actually Nothing that as flu season is also approaching, so they're more concerned about these things right now, and everybody thinks in the U.S. cases may be spiking because of the phase of the COVID pandemic that we're in. Ill children that need that oxygen support, they can't be at home, so they need to go to the hospital. So kids who normally would have caught the virus years ago are instead catching it now. But like I said, most kids will catch it before they turn 2. It's highly contagious. It doesn't cause serious illness, usually, except in adults who are elderly or have chronic heart or lung disease. But there's no specific treatment. There's no vaccine. Wow. And again, the symptoms are usually about a week or 2, and they clear up with plenty of fluids and rest.
Prayers up for the kids, man.
I gotta look that one up.
Yeah, and prayers up for the parents that have to deal with that. Like, is there a more helpless feeling as a parent than your kids being sick and there's nothing you can do about it? Oh, Lord have mercy.
All right, now let's talk about something that happened at a school. This was on TikTok, and Sheena Jackson said she works at the front office of an undisclosed school, and she posted a series of videos where she talks about how 2 men had been listed as a young girl's emergency contact, and they both arrived at the school around the same time to take the child home and did not know who the other person was.
Oh, boy.
And things got a little bit tense, so yes. 2 men, came to the school. They were listed as emergency contacts. Here's what Sheena Jackson had to say.
We had a dad came in and wanted to check out his child. Okay. We was like, okay, hold on a second, because the secretary wasn't right up there. She'll be here in a minute. Then another dad walks in. He wants to check out his child as well. Uh-oh. Okay, give us a minute. Got the child's name, and it was the same child's name, right? So she was like, this is the same child he just checked out. And so they both look at each other, and dad was like, why you checking my child out? Who are you? And he was like, who are you? What you mean? I'm her dad. So the principal comes to the front, and she was like, what's going on? Well, I'm here to check out my daughter. I'm here to check out my daughter too. I don't even know who he is. And he's saying he here to check out my daughter. And so the principal's like, okay, let me get mom on the phone to come up here to see what's going on. So, I gets the card for the principal to go ahead and call mom up, right? To see what's really going on.
What happened next?
Well, on the phone, the mother started screaming and crying.
Who cut this clip?
I don't know.
When you cut this clip, that was horrible.
Listen, the woman said, oh my God, he must have popped up. He doesn't know about him yet. And then the mother arrived at the school. One of the men went to the parking lot. They started screaming and yelling. The other man was demanding that she explain what happened. By the way, the daughter was 5 years old. So all this time, she's been telling both of these men they were the daddy. They just never ran into each other until this particular day. What? And unfortunately, one of the men ended up hitting the mom. The police came.
Oh, whoa.
One of the men was arrested. Obviously, the one that hit the mom, and the mother was taken by the EMS. So her grandmother had to come and pick the child up at that point.
So neither one of the men was the young girl's daddy?
No, we don't know that.
They don't know which one is.
They've both been being told that they were the dad.
Both were being told that they were dads. So
one of them got arrested.
Was saying both of them are my dad. So I guess maybe they split time.
So does the 5-year-old know both of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a Tyler Perry movie.
The mom's been telling both of them, and they just never ran into
Y'all
each
should
other.
have kept playing the news clip.
In 5 years.
That's what I said.
I need more.
Y'all stop right there.
Y'all confused the hell out of me just now. Even with that clip.
Goodness
I right here the
gracious.
news clip.
Why would she put both of them down though?
Well, they both were emergency contacts listed.
Where was this
And
at?
so I guess something happened. It's an undisclosed location. The woman it's on TikTok.
So I wonder what the daughter would have done. I wonder if the daughter would have came out, who the daughter would have went with.
I know. You know how they be having that challenge, like which one do you run to, which parent?
Geeks.
That sucks, though. You can't do stuff like that. Now, that's traumatic for that child. Like, how do you...
That's traumatic to them pops. That's traumatic,
to the mom. I know the mom got that call. Her heart dropped. Like, what?
What?
Both them niggas dead?
Both of them?
They said she was screaming and crying.
But that's her dumb ass, too, though. Why would you put both of them as the emergency contact?
That's what I said.
But somebody at the school was being funny because they called both of them.
They was calling the emergency contact. Yeah. What happens is they call whoever answers. If somebody don't answer,
they leave a message and then they call the next one.
That's right. So somebody probably got a message.
Right.
Or maybe both of them got a message. Or probably somebody got the actual call and the other one got the message. They probably left a message for the mom as well.
Yeah, because on emergency contact, I'm sure like Charlamagne, I'm on emergency contact. Mm-hmm. They call Gear first, then me, then
whoever don't answer.
Grandma.
That's right. They call until they get an answer from somebody.
You know what's sad? Only one of them is. That's going to be heartbreaking. Imagine for 5 years you think that's your daughter, and one of them's going to find out it's not. For 5 years, you done raised this girl.
Why y'all stopped the news clip? The news clip was so good.
That's it.
All right. Well, that is your front page news. Yeeks. All right. When we come back, the icon, the legend, Babyface will be joining us.
Whoop, whoop.
and we're going to kick it with him when we come back, so don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Things will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building, an icon, a legend, Babyface. Welcome.
Yo, what's up, man?
How's it feeling?
Good, man. I'm good.
He walked in with a guitar, so that feels like we're going to get something special.
They told me to bring one. I don't know. So
They told you to do it?
Yeah, they told me. It's not like I said, I want to bring a guitar.
I thought you said. No.
I'm just going to be traveling around, but since you asked, I'll bring it.
But you got Girls Night Out now. I'm excited for this. So
Yeah.
you started off with Angie Martinez. Girls Night Out makes sense. Ladies Night.
Mhm.
And Lala, and they're getting ready to go out. And that's how the album starts. What made you decide to do that?
Well, it was fun because it's girls' night out, and we just wanted something to, start off the project and make it a party to begin with. It's all about the girls anyway, so.
I want to back it up if you don't mind for people that don't
Go on.
know who Babyface is. Of course, I grew up on Babyface. My mother did, my father did, my parents did. What got Babyface into music? Let's start from the beginning for people that don't know who Babyface is.
First song I wrote is because I fell in love with this girl in 6th grade, so I wanted her to know that, I was in love with her. I never played her the song, but that didn't matter. It's just I wrote the song for her, so that made me want to pick up a guitar. My brother had a guitar in the house, and so I picked up the guitar specifically to learn how to write this song. And I wrote this song called Here I Go Falling in Love, and that started it.
And how did it continue on? Because, we all, I wrote a rap, but I didn't say I wanted to be a rapper.
You did put out some rap albums.
No, I wasn't actually rapping. I was DJing. But what made you want to take it serious and be a musician at the time with so much going on?
It was kind of in my blood. I started there, and then my brother Melvin, who was in After 7, he's not with us anymore, but he was a great singer, and he had a band, and I just kind of used to watch him and his band play. And then he asked me to sing Who's Loving You one time in a homecoming that he had at high school. And I did that and kind of got in my blood. And the first act I saw was Jackson 5. Saw them coming back to Indiana tour, or going back to Indiana. And I saw them on stage, and it was over at that point.
And most musicians, a lot of musicians, I should say, they're artist mode all the time, right? They want to be an artist. They want to be in front of the camera, on stage, in front of the lights. But you also took a taking into writing as well. What made you say, you know what, I'm going to write for some of these people and produce for some of these people? Because you could have kept it all for yourself and your brothers and your band.
I never felt like the star anyway. I only wanted to do it for the love of music and to write it in the first place. So I wasn't trying to be the main one. Even when I saw the Jackson 5, I didn't want to necessarily be up on that stage. I just wanted to have a piece of it, be a part of it somehow.
What happens when you write a song, but more than one person wants it? Because some of the songs I'm sure that you've written, like maybe you give it to this person, they didn't respond fast enough, and then someone else got it, and they're like, no, I want that song.
Well, there was one song in the beginning that I ended up giving to another artist, and actually LA got blamed for it, but I was the one that actually did it.
Can We Talk?
Nope.
Oh.
It was Girlfriend.
Pebbles?
Yep. So initially we had a deal. We were supposed to do a thing with Vanessa Williams, and then we met with this lady, Cheryl Dickerson, at a Universal at the time, MCA. She said, you guys should meet the boys and you should meet Pebbles. And we went over and met Pebbles. And so then she played Mercedes Boy, which was like, it was so good. And as she was talking, as she was playing, then I thought the song Girlfriend was already written. And it wasn't written for anybody specifically, but I had already written it. And then to LA, I said, she's Girlfriend. And he was like, yeah, but we already put it on Vanessa. I said, yeah, but this song belongs to her. And I've always been a believer that the song comes first. So ultimately, we snatched the song back. LA started dating Pebbles, so they just figured that Pebbles in LA, it must have happened that way.
It was your fault.
It was actually my fault.
Really your fault.
I take the blame.
Well, it was a good call.
It was a good call. It was the right call. The song was supposed to go where it was supposed to go.
I wanted to ask, with a song like Can We Talk, right? Huge record to this day. So when you're working with a new artist and you have that record, and I'm sure when you did that record, you're like, oh, this is it. Do you have any reservation like, maybe we shouldn't give it into this young whippersnapper, which Tevin Campbell was at the time. Yeah. Maybe we should give it to somebody that's already seasoned. Do you ever have those reservations?
Not really. It all depends on the voice. And that song was just kind of right for Tevin at the time. And I know there's this whole thing on Usher, and it's supposed to be Usher's song. And the reality is I wrote it specifically for Tevin because Quincy Jones asked me to, work on this project. And I had already did one song called I'm Ready. And he called me and said, can I get another one? I was like, I'm gonna give Quincy Jones another song because it was Quincy. So I ultimately wrote that with Daryl Simmons, and we wrote "Can We Talk," and it was for Tevin from the get-go.
Yeah, rumor has it was supposed to be for Usher, and Usher never got it or for whatever.
Yeah, I know, and that went for a very long time.
But that's
well,
not
there
true.
you are,
True.
here
That
to
is
say
not
now.
the truth. Final, that's not the truth. It was ultimately from the beginning written for Tevin and went on Tevin. I think after the fact it was done, I think LA definitely wanted to have it on Usher, but it was too late. It was already done.
Do you remember how much you were charging back then for records to write records?
Nope. I know for the Vanessa thing, for 3 songs, I think we're gonna get $12,000 for 3 songs.
$12,000.
$12,000 for 3 songs. We was happy.
And you guys were excited for that.
We was excited. We was excited about that, and then Peb's manager at the time, he offered us 15 for 1, so
went that route.
It went that route.
Do you remember your first rapper or hip hop artist that called and said do a record? And what were your thoughts when they called?
I don't clearly remember. I just know I did this one record for this artist I wasn't very familiar with, and they said he was going to be really big. They think he had an album out already, but he said it was going to be really big, and I did this hook for him, Sunshine.
Jay-Z.
Exactly.
Jay-Z. So you didn't know who Jay-Z was?
I wasn't really familiar with him, no.
But did you go in the studio with him to record that record?
Yeah, I went in. And honestly, I think he was there. I'm not sure if it was because I didn't really know him. I was like, yeah, I do this. It was a favor. So
who called you if you didn't have no idea?
I feel like Andre Harrell called again.
And you were Babyface at that time, so you was like, who is this called? What, rapper?
No, I never had this. I was never Babyface, if you know what I'm saying. I never looked at myself as like Babyface. So it never, so if I knew somebody and they called and want me to do something, then I'd do it, you know.
Now let's talk about the iconic Waiting to Exhale soundtrack.
Well,
so how did you work on that? How did all of that happen? What was the process?
I got a call from Forrest Whitaker, and I mean everybody
just calls you Babyface. You know that they like Andre Harrell. Listen, all you gotta do is call him, he'll do it.
Nah, but I was surprised I got a call from Forrest Whitaker, and I was excited that he wanted to meet with me, and everybody was chomping at the bit to do Waiting to Exhale, you know. Then Forrest Whitaker called me, and I didn't know he was directing the movie at the time, and he told me I'm getting ready to do this project and Waiting to Exhale. And he said, I'd love you to do music, and I'd also love you to score it as well. And I hadn't done that, scored it, or written all the music for film, which was, I was glad to definitely write the music. For the scoring, I was a little afraid of. And he said, no, you can do it, and I'll walk you through it, and we'll get this done. And so it was really Forrest that kind of called it for me to do it. And then as we were doing it, I thought it made a lot of sense for it to just be all girls. And initially, Whitney, since it was a Whitney film, you thought, okay, great, we get Whitney to sing. But Whitney initially wasn't going to sing.
But then she knew it was you, and I know she trusts you.
Yeah, she trusts me. But even then, because I had met with her and I asked her, are you going to sing? She said, I don't know, babe. I don't know if I'm going to do this yet. So I wasn't writing anything for her. So everything initially was all songs written for all the other artists. And then finally she had said she would sing, and that's how Exhale ultimately was written. And I started writing, but I didn't finish it. And that's how it ended up with Shoop Shoop instead of a full chorus in it, because I hadn't really thought it all the way through.
We got to get this done. She's in the studio now. Let's just say Shoop Shoop.
Shoot. Which is very catchy. All right, we got more with Babyface. When we come back, don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Babyface. Versus opens you up to a whole younger demographic.
Yeah.
So how has that been? Because, I mean, I remember the first day, you know, you and Teddy, y'all were trying to figure out your Wi-Fi problem and getting on. And
Your Wi-Fi was good.
Yeah, your Teddy's was a little crazy. So how has that been, opening up to a whole new demographic of people that probably didn't know who you were at the time, but now are so into you?
Yeah, I think that was, no question, the turning point. I think that first I was scared as hell, or nervous as hell anyway, doing that as we were doing that, because I didn't.
You got so many hits.
You know, it's the weirdest thing, because, you know, you're sitting here watching the phone and ain't nobody else in there. And so why should you be nervous? Because you don't know you don't know if anybody's on the other side or not. But the whole idea of going up against Teddy, because Teddy had a catalog.
Yeah,
Teddy got a catalog.
Yes, he did.
He just didn't plan it out right.
Right.
He could have got me. He just didn't plan it right.
Chilling.
I was prepared. We were prepared to come at him. Every song he played, okay, you got that. I got this, got this, got this. And so I knew one song he would play, I knew I couldn't beat it. That's why I ended up pulling the guitar out and did the When Can I See You, because I knew I couldn't beat when he went to the remix with SWV. I was like, I ain't going to be able to beat that. So It was fun in that sense, but I didn't want to do it in the first place.
Why not?
Because I didn't want to compete like that. And it was Andre Harrell who talked me, once again, Andre
Harrell
called me again and talked me into it. And I'm glad that I did it. Because when I did it, it changed everything. Because I went from Instagram followers from overnight from 300,000 to over 1 million. And
the streaming numbers.
And everything, it kind of changed to where I started seeing younger people that were into me, which brought up the idea. Rika, who's my partner in this on Girls Night Out, she kind of came to me and said, what you need to do is do another project, not exactly Exhale, but a project with the younger R&B girls again. And this time, you should write it with them. And so that's what I ended up doing.
And how was that, getting all those different attitudes, all those different people, all those different moments?
It was great because, every girl had their own thing. Mm-hmm. And everybody wrote on the song. We actually collaborated together. So we just walk in the studio, and then I say, so what's going on in your life? Are you happy? You sad? You in love? You're not in love? And everybody kind of would talk about whatever's going on.
Man, I thought about that while I listened to the album. And what would you say when it comes to what's going on in women's lives? Was it kind of a theme in this album? Because I feel like LMA in love.
Yes.
Butterflies still coming.
Yeah.
But then I listened to some of the other songs.
Exactly.
And I'm like, Coco Jones, she's jaded.
Yep.
She doesn't believe in love.
Yep.
And then you hear Kalani.
Yep.
And she's like, you mad at me for breathing.
Yep.
And then you hear Baby Tate, don't even think about it.
Yep.
And you hear stuff like that. And she's got problems with commitment. Do you feel like sometimes when you're getting creative and writing in the studio, it's easier to tap into more of those type of emotions?
That's true, but this is also a sign of where we are today. Because it was a time when we would sing about love and women would sing about love and being in love. And now everybody's more independent. And these girls, they got their own, they like, I ain't taking this, and I'm not going to, and I'm going to say how I feel, what I feel, and how I feel. And that was the cool part about the process, because every girl that came in was very independent and very strong, and a lot different than before. Plus, I was writing the songs before, so it was completely what I imagined they might say. So they were saying exactly how they felt.
You're like, this is how women really feel.
Yeah, they're like, you might have thought it was love, but no, it ain't.
What did you learn?
How to flow differently, how the lyrics flow, how the melodies flow. Everything's not on top of the beat; it's behind the beat. It's everywhere. It's all about feel at this particular point. And just from their perspective of life is a lot different than it was, say, in the 90s girls, our 90s people, period. Relationships, period. Mm-hmm. Everything's a lot more toxic, but that's
it's a lot more
today.
Access. Like Money Long and her song, The Recipe.
Yes.
She's going through your phone. You didn't have to worry about that back in the day.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of things you have to worry about back in the day. But Money came in there and killed it too.
She did.
Oof. And the funny thing is that we really just did it every song in one day.
Who surprised you the most in the studio?
There kept on being surprises.
Mm-hmm.
I knew Money Long was great, but I didn't know that she was that great. Some surprises were Tiana Major 9. I heard her voice before, and then when she came in, I realized how rich her voice really is. It's like, this girl's really good. And then Coco Jones surprised me.
Yeah.
Where'd this come from?
Mm-hmm.
Baby Tate, who was more of a rapper, who came in singing. So
I know, I was surprised with that one. That was dope. I was like, Baby Tate, and her song is dope.
Now, Diddy recently came out and said R&B was dead, and it was trending, and people were mad. R&B artists were mad.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on it, especially since you just did a whole Girls Night Out album, R&B album?
Yeah, R&B is never dead. It's in everything that we do, and it's in every new artist. I mean, Kehlani has been killing it for a very long time. You have Giveon, you have pieces of R&B in
Lucky Day.
In Lucky Day, you have R&B in Steve Lacy.
In Vegas is killing it.
R&B is everywhere, and also you have R&B in pop artists too. It's like, don't think that Justin Bieber that's not R&B. It's in so many things. So I disagree with that wholeheartedly.
You just named a lot of R&B guys. So does that mean there's gonna be like a guys' night out?
I don't know. Maybe.
You should do a guys' night out. Absolutely, positively.
The Hangover.
And I was going to ask, is there any song that you wish you redid?
That's why I don't listen to the radio. When songs come on, I usually won't listen to it, because I will reproduce it in my head and be like, damn, I should have did this. That could have went for this note. Could have made it a little bit better. Mm-hmm. So I'll turn the station if I hear something, or if somebody's listening to stuff, then I just don't try not to pay attention.
When you were LA Reid had LaFace and you guys had so much success, why did you guys say, okay, we're done with the label?
In terms of the label part, it was just that kind of time for LA. He wanted to move on, and he got an offer to run Arista. And we ultimately we were building LaFace to hopefully one day sell it. Because LA was able to go run Arista, I think that's why we were able to actually sell it at that point. I don't know if we would have been able to do it any sooner than that.
Out of all the artists that you signed on LaFace, who was some of your favorites because you just really found that raw talent and really made them to who they are today?
It's a little hard to answer because it's so many artists that we touched. You didn't imagine that their careers would go where it would go. From even starting with TLC.
What gave you the vision for TLC? We're going to go through something like TLC. When they came to you, the way that they looked, the different clothes, the singing, the rapping all together, what made you say, that is the group?
Well, TLC was brought in through Pebbles. And she had a vision for them. And then when she brought them, it was kind of clear to see. And then there was obviously Toni Braxton. She had the group herself with the Braxtons.
Yep.
We pulled her out of the Braxtons because she had this voice. And
how difficult was that, making her leave her sisters?
It was kind of difficult. It was a family affair, and they didn't really want that to happen. But I felt like she was a star by herself initially.
They always call you guys the perfect pairing musically.
I think that the thing that hit me about Toni was all this pain that she had in her voice, and I love to write from pain. So all the things kind of fell together, right? Because Toni ended up getting songs that weren't actually even meant for her. That she, they were written for Anita Baker at first. From the Boomerang soundtrack, we wrote "Love Should Have Brought You Home."
Love should have brought your ass home.
We wrote that for Anita Baker, and she turned it down, and said, "Y'all should let that little girl do it."
That little girl do it.
That little girl that did the demo.
Why did she turn it down?
She didn't like it, I guess. It didn't seem like it was something that she wanted to sing. And then I think we sent her another one, like "You Mean the World to Me," and she turned that one down too. So Toni got that one too. So she's like, "No, baby, I don't want to do that one either. Let that little girl sing it."
This club was still kicking it with Babyface. Yeah.
What was your first publishing deal like?
Didn't have one to begin with. Our publishing was just taken because we signed up to the record company. So it was like they take it automatically. You didn't get any advance or anything. So we've been through it all.
How big are you on always writing for yourself? Do other artists write for you when you put out your own projects?
Sometimes people write for me. I'll write together, but when someone hands me a song, I don't usually do that.
Have you ever done a song that someone just handed you?
So Teddy calls you up and says, "I got this song for you." Or Quincy or Andre Harrell said, "Hey, you need to take this song from somebody."
Yeah, it's so hard for me to just do that. Wow, that's hard. No, I usually have to collaborate because people they'll think they know exactly what it is that I'm supposed to do, and I don't feel the same. So it's weird for me to be behind the mic, and if someone's trying to produce me, that's a rough one. I did that with a couple people, and I got through it.
You said I got through it.
It was difficult.
Have you ever felt like you wanted to experiment and like, let me try this different, sound? And
yeah, through the years I've done different things. It was different when I worked with Pharrell. That was when we did There She Goes. That was a different experience for me to work with Pharrell. I enjoyed it because I was able to see how Pharrell worked and how I was surprised because he was doing everything all on this one little keyboard. I said, "You created all this with that?" It was amazing just to kind of see everybody's work ethic and how they put things together. And I knew at that particular point, that was way back in the day, and I knew at that point that Pharrell was going to he was just going to blow up. He's going to be amazing.
All right. Well, you do have the guitar here. So.
Yeah, you do have a guitar here. It's Monday morning. People people are driving to work. They're stuck in the office. I think it's only right we should give them a little something.
A little something. We don't want you to have this here, I was excited. I was like,
I don't know why,
give us something special.
I was going to play it, but I don't think you want me to play it. All I know is old McDonald had a farm.
No.
Yeah.
You
That's
know
all
that?
I got.
What am I doing? This is not, warning voice. It's not the easy one. When can my heart beat again? When does the pain never end? tears start running over? When does you get over it begin? Please hear them say, even if it's not making sense. So when can I see you again? When can I see you again? And when can my heart beat again? Yeah. When can I see you again? Yeah. And when can I breathe once again? Yeah, yeah. And when can I see you again? Thank you. That's it.
Yay! That was amazing. That usually costs millions of dollars to get something like that.
Is that
So
what?
that's our
Yeah,
gift
that's what that is.
to all of our listeners. That was definitely amazing.
I know this might be a stretch.
No.
All right.
Just tell them no already.
But me and Yee will help you with this one.
No.
Can we just do Can We Talk just one good
No.
time? We'll help him sing it.
Let's see if I can remember it. I usually play on the keyboard. Hold on.
Here we go.
Can we talk? It's really high. 1, 2. Can we talk? A little higher. Can we talk? 1, 2.
You want me to do that part?
Yeah, you should be saying.
There we go.
1, 2. Can we talk for a minute?
I'm on the next album.
To know your name.
Can we talk?
It's every dream come true.
Girl, I want to know your name.
Okay, we're gonna have to work a little bit on that.
This was Emmy's dream come true, by the way. I just want to say.
We can fix that. We can fix that.
And look, congratulations on having
That
a
can be
number
done.
one single from off the album, LMA, Keep On
Thank you,
Falling.
thank
The
you.
video starring Tiffany Haddish. It looks like a Bridgerton theme.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Right now. Is
That was
that
Type
what you
of
want to play?
situation.
That was fun.
What do you want to play from the album? Hold on. Let's think about this. Okay.
Let's see. We could. What would you heard it? What would you like to play?
Oh man, let's see what song. You know what? We talked about the song with Baby Tate.
Yeah.
So let's do that one.
Okay.
Don't even think about it.
Yeah,
Don't even think
Let's
about
do it.
All right, it's Babyface, the icon, the legend. It's the Breakfast Club. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Emmy trying so hard to be on that Boys Night Out album just now. He want to be on the intro. Like, guys, where we going?
Where we going?
It's about time. What's going on?
Rumor report. This is the Rumor Report
Talk to him.
with Angela Yee on the Breakfast Club.
All right, well, Drake and 21 Savage are dropping a joint album. They announced the news in Drake's newly released video. And it's called Her Loss, album by Drake and 21 Savage, October 28th. So that's, what is it, Friday?
Mm-hmm.
That's soon.
I'm actually looking forward to that project because 21 be snapping. I dig 21's music a lot, and I think him and Drake have sneaky good collaborations that folks may or may not pay attention to, but I'm looking forward to hearing that album. And I also feel like Drake's going to be rapping.
Yeah, I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've
Can't
seen
wait
a
for
lot
this
of
one.
people saying they love when the two of them collab, so they're looking forward to Her Loss. Also, the title is pretty funny. Her Loss. All right, now Shaquille O'Neal has a new HBO documentary series coming called Shaq that's going to be highlighting his life and NBA career. And now Shaquille O'Neal in a press release said that they've kept this documentary real from the start, and he's excited to open up. He said, I do feel like it's the most honest look into my life and career up until this point. I'm so proud of the work everyone has done to put it all together. The series has new interviews with D. Wade, Derek Fisher, Jerry West, and Phil Jackson, amongst other former colleagues of Shaquille O'Neal. It's going to premiere Wednesday, November 23rd at 9 p.m. with episodes releasing on the following Wednesdays on HBO and on HBO Max. And so here is Shaquille O'Neal just talking about the dramatization, or not.
The world knows I'm a bullshit. Like, sometimes when you tell a story, you want to add a little barbecue sauce. I don't want to go. I walked to the store and bought a loaf of bread. Like, right? That's the gist of the story, but as I was walking to a store, a dog started chasing me. I ran up the tree. The branch broke. I landed on my back, and then when I landed, I thought the dog was gonna bite me, but he licked me in the face. And then the lady came out, and oh my God, she was beautiful. She was single, and now we're married. Like, you just have to, not lying, I just like to add a little, you know.
I'm watching. Sports docs, especially basketball ones are great, especially when you're born in the 1900s and you lived through those events that they're showing you in the doc.
All right, now let's talk about Chance the Rapper. He was trending, and that is all because people were seeing that he liked a tweet that was posted by a trans pornography account back in March. That tweet was asking users to choose between 3 types of trans content: dating, adult games, and webcam, all of which had a link alongside it. Now, his wife responded to the trolls who were online, and here's what she had to say.
Y'all really be reaching, and he's never going to address this, but all I have to say is we were literally at an event the night before last until late. We were celebrating. So sometimes she's on accident. All y'all little trolls coming to my page that are getting blocked, y'all can go to hell.
What world do we live in when that's a news story? Like, people like things by
2-3
accident
days.
all the time. Like,
All
you
the
view
time.
things by accident all the time. Like, why is this a story?
Well, I think it's a story also because she posted about it, so I wanted to make sure that anybody who saw that also saw what his wife had to say about it. So I saw that it was trending. I saw that she responded because she said he never would. So that's the response.
Even with her, why would she respond?
I mean, she felt the need to. I guess people were coming on her page and
So
saying
what?
things. That's her husband, too. Sometimes you feel a little more protective of somebody that's close to you and you know that they're not going to say anything, and you're like, you know what? You're not going to say nothing. I am. Every now and then you feel like responding to something.
Always remember, when the dog barks at the moon, it's nothing. But when the moon barks back at the dog, it becomes news.
And then I
becomes a
think
story.
even with your friends, and obviously that's her husband, she loves him. She just felt like responding.
She wanted to respond. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
All right, now Travis Scott, in the meantime, is responding about reports that he cheats on Kylie Jenner, quote, every single night. Now,
Now,
he
see, that's worth
posted-
a response.
That's worth
Yeah, now-
That's worth
Why is
clearing.
that worth it?
Because he's saying I cheated on my wife.
I mean, who cares? Who are these unknown people?
That's not his wife.
Saying it.
His girl. That's not. They're not married.
Oh, his girl, yeah.
All right, now. he
And that's not
posted-
unknown. That was a situation.
It's a lot of weird ish going on. An uninvited person was sneaking photos on what was supposed to be a closed set while I was directing a video. I'm saying this for the last time. I don't know this person. I've never been with this person. So please stop with the continuous cyber games and the fictional storytelling.
And then she responded, right?
Yes, and here's what she said.
I've been good. I posted whatever f***ing story you guys wanted me to post. I pretended I didn't know you, went along with whatever f***ing narrative you guys wanted to, no matter how much bullshit I got from it. But to say you don't know me and you've never been with me, when you've definitely been with me, when f***ing everybody's seen you with me, when I have pictures and videos of you with me, come on, sir. Or even f***ing this Valentine's Day, I saw you, I ran out the door, and you had every single girl I know blowing me up like Trav's asking for you to come back. Are we pretending that didn't happen too?
Now, Travis Scott also posted after that, if you wasn't at this table on V-Day, then you wasn't with me. And he posted a picture of a table. And then she posted that he was at Gunna's party on February 4th, a.k.a. Valentine's Day. And so she posted, I guess, something from him at that party.
February 4th is not Valentine's Day, by the way.
February 14th.
That's right. And by the way, and that's not a tweet. You know what I'm saying? That's an actual situation. They say she was there with somebody.
Yes.
And after you clear it up with your wife, do you owe the public? No. But if the wife says, all right, get online and clear that up.
you got to do what you got to do.
Get online and clear that up, okay? All right?
All right. Well, he better hope there's no videos like she said she has and pictures and all of those things. But people are saying that this is somebody he did used to date.
Who's these people?
I mean, I think it's been a long running story that the two of them, for 10 years, actually, even before he was with Kylie, that he did used to date her.
I never heard this till Angelique's rumor report. I just want to throw that out there.
I'm just saying, if
I
you
don't
want
know
to
who
talk
these
about what's
people-
going
these people.
on.
It sound like ye people to me.
No, it's all over. All you gotta do is look it up and see. There was pictures of them together. So if there's no pictures and he says he doesn't know her at all, he said he's never been with this person.
He takes pictures with everybody every day. He's a celebrity. He's a star. He's Travis Scott.
All right, guys. And that is your rumor report.
All right.
Cold world out here, boy.
Let's move on.
Wild, wild west in these streets.
Good luck to that, brother.
I mean, the whole story on the Shade Room is Travis Scott denies ever being with the woman after fans swirl rumors that he rekindled an old fling with the Roseanne Carr. Scott claims he's never been with the woman, but she's now saying otherwise.
What we got?
Black men don't cheat. Who you giving that donkey to, bruh?
Edwin Pedroza, he needs to come to the front of the congregation. We'd like to have a word with him. This story might be the reason why New Yorkers are so rude. You know how when you say hi to somebody in New York and nobody says anything back? This story could possibly be the reason why. We'll discuss for after the hour.
All right, we'll get to that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
When it's time to get with someone special, the best way to do it is with Magnum large size condoms. That gold foil wrapper is a badge of honor, and it means you're protected. And you take care of things with comfort. Accept no substitutes. Bring the pleasure with the gold standard. Magnum large size condoms.
Don't be out here acting like a donkey.
Hee-haw, bitch. Hee-haw.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
I'm a big boy, I can take it. If he feel I deserve it, ain't no big deal.
I know Charlamagne guy gonna have some funny shit say out his mouth.
If you gotta say something you may not agree with, doesn't mean I'm mean.
Who's getting that donkey?
That donkey, that don't.
Donkey of the day right there.
The Breakfast Club, bitches.
You can call me the donkey of the day, but I mean no harm.
Yes, Donkey of the Day for Monday, October 24th goes to Edwin Pedroza. Edwin is 42 years old, and he's from New York City. New York. I'm sure since COVID, you've heard stories about how bad New York is. Is the city safe? Is the city not safe? You ask me, the answer is, it's not safe. Okay, I know New York's Mayor Eric Adams blamed the media for the perception of things like subway crime. Look, man, I don't know about anything other than what I see and what I hear about. And it feels like Gotham needs a Batman right now. And I can only imagine how out of control the holiday is going to be. And if you think this story I'm about to tell you is going to make you feel better about the crime in New York City, you are wrong. Okay, in fact, all it's going to do is reinforce the narrative that is already out there. See, Edwin Pedroza has been arrested after allegedly fatally stabbing a man in New York City. Now, if you are an individual who walks around with a knife for protection, then you are thinking to yourself, well, I got to hear both sides. Because in some cases, there is justifiable reasons to stab someone. Well, this isn't one of those situations. Let's go to NBC News for the report, please.
Lucia Canella overcome with emotion late Wednesday after she says her 37-year-old son was stabbed to death outside this Gowanus smoke shop. A deadly encounter that a witness says began after the victim held the door open for his alleged attacker, but never got a thank you. The suspect responding with, "I never asked you to open it."
He do something nice for you, you can say at least thank you. That's all he asked you. Say thank you. He didn't say nothing more, but it's coming a fight. And he lost. Now I don't have my only son.
Surveillance video from inside the store shows the wild brawl. That's the victim in white, identified by friends and family as Jay Nunez. He and the suspect exchange blows, even continue fighting outside.
It felt like he got disrespected by the guy not saying thank you to him. If we would have said thank you, none of that would have happened. The last words he was saying, I got stabbed, or he stabbed me.
Lord have mercy. Rest in peace to Jay Nunez. The man was stabbed. Edwin stabbed someone to death simply because the man wanted to thank you for holding the door. Now, it's true. Edwin Pedroza absolutely didn't ask for anyone to hold the door for him. And if you are doing something kind like that for a person, do it simply because that's the type of person you are. Okay, listen, in New York, it happens all the time. I'm from South Carolina, Monk's Corner, 843 all day. My grandmother always told me manners will take you where money won't. So when I walk in the room, I speak to everyone. I hold doors for people. I do all of that. And guess what? Sometimes people say hi back. Sometimes people shake your hand. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes people say thank you for holding the door open. Sometimes they don't. None of it I take personal because I don't do those things for any reason other than that's how I am. So I wouldn't say to a person, why don't you say thank you? Actually, only people I do that to is my kids. You know, you do something for your child, get something for your child, or someone gets something for your child, and then you say to your child, what do you say? Because that's teaching them manners. Clearly, nobody ever did that to Edwin Pedroza as a child. And at 42, you are never too old to learn, but I wouldn't be attempting to teach that old dog new tricks. But nevertheless, even if Jay Nunez asked Edwin to say thank you, that interaction should not lead to someone being fatally stabbed. Okay, when you hear stories like this, then you understand why people in New York might be so rude. Okay, they mind their business because of people like Edwin Pedroza. I tell y'all all the time, every day of our lives, we just trying to avoid someone else's crazy. We don't know what people are going through. We don't know what type of hurt, what type of pain people are dealing with. So sometimes it is just better for everyone to keep to themselves because a kind gesture, just interacting with someone in that way, can lead to your untimely demise. Please let Remy Ma give Edwin Pedroza the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw.
You stupid motherfucker. Are you dumb?
Man. Should you expect a thank you when you do things like that?
Yeah.
You should expect one?
When you do anything for somebody, yes, you should.
I don't know. I don't expect a thank you.
Yeah.
I do those type of things because that's just the type of person I am.
You hold a door, you expect a thank you.
Not really. I haven't even thought.
I'm polite enough. If someone holds the door for me, I will say thank you.
Yeah, and if the person doesn't say thank you, I'm not taking it personal.
I would say you're welcome.
I do the same.
Exactly right.
That's rude New York stuff right there. That's just some rude New
When
York
someone don't
stuff.
say thank you, you just say you're welcome.
Yeah, that's just some rude New York stuff. I don't do that.
Oh.
I just hold the door. Person walks through. If the person says thank you, cool. If they don't say nothing, I'm great. Because I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it because that's the type of person I am.
And the type of person I am, I say thank you.
Yeah, but I've seen y'all walk in a room and not speak to nobody either.
I speak to everybody.
Did you hold the door?
No, I've just seen. I'm not gonna name any names, but I've seen people walk in the room and there's complete strangers sitting in the lobby and they don't say nothing. You just keep walking.
Do they speak to you too and you just ignore them?
Why do you gotta wait for them to speak to you?
I'm just saying.
Once again, it's all about who you are.
No, I'm just saying. Just because if someone you don't speak don't mean nothing. Like if someone doesn't say anything to you, you don't have to speak to
But that's
every
my
single
point.
person. But if someone does something for you, you should say thank you.
She's a rude New Yorker. She's proving the point.
She is a New Yorker.
She's proving the point.
I don't think anybody purposefully ignores anyone, but
so what's the question?
I would never ignore someone if they spoke to me.
Does a person owe you something? If they hold the door for you, are you owed a thank you? I don't know if you're owed a thank you, bro.
Yeah, you are. Goddamn
nah,
right.
I don't think
I hold the door for you. That's the worst thing. I hold the door. I stop what I'm doing. I hold the door for you, and you walk through and don't say thank you.
So you're doing it because you want to thank you. You're not doing it just because you're a nice person.
I'm doing it because I'm a nice person. I don't care about the thank you, but the thank you is what's.
Y'all got to make up your mind. You just said either you care about the thank you or you don't. You just said you don't care about the thank you.
I hold the door for everybody, but the correct thing to do is say thank you.
I think it's rude if somebody,
if
you do something for someone and they don't at least say thanks.
Yeah, I don't want $1. I don't want a tip. I just, hey, thank you. Good looking. Appreciate you.
Acknowledgement.
I'm not tripping if you
don't sit there because a lot of people do it like I'm supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Like I'm supposed to hold the door for you. Like I'm supposed to be. No,
I'm not tripping if you don't though. I'm holding the door for you because I'm a nice person.
Let's open up the phone lines. What's the question? 800-585-1051. What is the question, ladies and gentlemen?
I think that's the question. The question is, are you owed a thank you?
Okay, let's talk about
if
it.
You hold the door for somebody.
All right. Well, and if you don't,
or do anything nice for somebody.
I'm like you. You're welcome. Make it uncomfortable and awkward. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with the Breakfast Club.
Talk about it.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you're just joining us, Charlamagne gave Donkey the Day to who?
Donkey of the Day went to a guy named Edwin Pedroza. Edwin actually stabbed a man to death in New York City because the man held the door for him. The man's name is Jay Nunez. Jay Nunez held the door for him, and he didn't say thank you. Edwin didn't say thank you back, so they ended up in an altercation that led to Jay Nunez being stabbed to death.
So the question is 800-585-1051. Are you expected, I guess, a thank you?
Yeah, like I said during Donkey of the Day, man, my grandmother always taught me manners will take you where money won't, you know what I mean? So when I walk in the room, I speak to everybody, I hold doors for people, but I'm not expecting anything in return because sometimes people don't speak back.
You're right.
You know, sometimes people don't say thank you, but it never bothers me because I'm not doing it for any other reason than that's who I am as a person.
I think it's rude. I would never not say thank you to somebody who did a service for me, like opening the door. So that's just how I was raised, and I expect other people to do the same. But I don't do it because I'm like, let me hold this door so they can thank me. It's a reaction, and then I would expect somebody to say,
why are you
thank
expecting
you.
anything when you do a good deed? I think people that expect things from doing good deeds aren't really good people.
I don't think it's money or anything like that. I think it's just politeness.
Just anything. Like it's
you
like
know, I say thank you, so I think that other people have manners.
I'll be honest. I feel like, and this is me growing up, I feel like sometimes a lot of people feel entitled. Like I'm supposed to hold the door for you, or I'm supposed to do this for you. I'm supposed to do that for you, and I don't like that.
But isn't
like
it a
that.
sense of
I don't
entitlement
like
to expect to thank you back?
No.
Yes,
I mean, it's not
is.
the end of the world if someone doesn't do
Yes,
it, but
it
I would
is.
think it's rude not to.
It's it's a sense of entitlement to expect somebody to say thank you just because you do something good for them. And by the way, like I said, if you're really that type of person, if you're really a good person, and this is genuine from the heart, you're not expecting any of that anyway. You're just doing it because that's who you are.
It's a reflex. If you see somebody come in there holding something, you open the door. It's a reflex to open the door. But then if they just don't even acknowledge that you did something, I think that's weird.
I don't
even
care.
I think it's very, very weird. And
I don't even think about it.
I feel like
I would feel weird if I didn't
I'm
say
supposed to hold the door for you. But yeah, if somebody holds the door for you, I expect that. Yeah, thank you. It's not like I want a tip. You don't have to tip me for opening the door, but it's just common courtesy. It's common politeness.
And you know what else I've noticed? Like, I walk in the room and I speak to everybody. I shake everybody's hand. I give everybody a pound. Like, after COVID, some people be like, I don't want to just shake a random hand or give you a pound.
And I fist everybody, pause.
But even with that, some people don't want to do that.
Heavy.
Some people don't even want to do that. And I'm like, I don't take that personal. I just understand, like, I understand the climate that we're in.
No, I fist everybody.
I had never been a toucher like that, even before COVID.
It sounds so crazy me saying fist, but you know what I mean. Give everybody a pound. I don't open up my hand.
By the way, people don't forget that kind of stuff though. There's people that'll walk up to you and be like, "Man, I remember when you walked in the room and said hi to everybody." Blah blah blah. I have interns all the time that say that up here, and they remember when you didn't. They remember when you didn't. Oh, I don't talk to that person because that person has never spoken to me.
Let's go to the phone lines. Hello, who's this?
Hi, this is Imani from Jersey.
Hey,
Imani from Jersey.
Morning. Talk to us. What's your thoughts on the holding the door and doing a service with somebody?
For me, I feel like, first of all, I'm in the service industry, so that's one. But anything that isn't expected, like the bless yous the thank yous when you sneeze, or the thank you should be a part of you holding the door, anything that isn't expected to be done, those are the things I think deserve thank yous the most.
Yeah,
I expect it. And when people don't say it, you from New Jersey, so I'm sure if you hold the door for somebody, you'll say, and they don't say anything, you'll be like, "You're welcome."
I like how she said that though. It deserves it. You're right. It deserves.
As we were listening to you guys this morning, was like, I do that, so I've done passed it down already. Generations.
You're
He
right.
says you're welcome when people don't say thank you when he's holding the door for them.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I like that she used the
Thank
word
you, Mom.
deserve. When you do something like that, it deserves a thank you.
It deserves, but if you don't get one, it's not expected. I'm not expecting it.
Hello, who's this?
Yes, we deserve a good life.
Yo, David. This is David Kattan. What's up?
Where you calling from?
Hey, man, calling from 757. You already know, man. I know you can hear me, Chad.
Virginia, what's up? I was out there this weekend. What's going to talk to us?
Oh, man, yeah. Well, check it out, man. Hey, man, I had to say, you do not need a thank you, man. Because, look, man, what you do in secret is blessed and awarded by God.
That's right.
Openly.
That's right.
If you do it in secret, it's blessed like that. So, man, don't worry about it. Don't worry about asking for a thank you, man. You know what I mean? 'Cause, I do it all the time. I get pissed when I open the door for a lady and she just walk right through and don't say thank you. But you know what? At the end of the day, I'm being rewarded by God.
Wait, so I'm confused, but you get pissed even though you're rewarded by God. Because that sounds like a contradiction.
Don't do this to me.
I get what you're saying.
Because if you're getting pissed, it feels like
you are contradicting yourself a little bit, but I get what you're saying. But
I also see the difference too. Like you see the difference between the South and in New York.
That's right.
Right. You definitely see the difference. But also, and I hate to throw race in it, but I kind of learned this from my parents, right? So when growing up as a kid and my parents would hold the door for somebody, usually it'd be a Caucasian person and they don't say thank you, that's when my parents would usually be like, "You welcome." Like it almost felt like they're entitled, like I was supposed to hold the door for you. And that's where I think it comes from, honestly.
I don't even say you're welcome. I don't, like if I hold the door for somebody and they walk through and don't say thank you, I'm not even thinking about it. I guess what
so you don't say you're welcome when someone says thank you?
You know that's not what she heard.
Yes, didn't he just say I don't even say you're welcome?
All morning long, we've been saying if somebody doesn't say thank you, they say you're welcome.
You're welcome.
To let them know, hey.
You're being rude.
Exactly. Nobody said nothing about when somebody say thank you, you don't say you're welcome. Ain't nothing, nobody said that.
And if it's one of them turning things, and I held and let you go first, and you don't say
that,
then
you're a liar.
I'm jumping in.
But you do that anyway. You do that for fun.
I'm jumping in there.
You do that for fun. You're a liar. You do that to me for fun. Okay. You can't wait to see me going through that little turning door. Okay. And sometimes MB will jump in there with me and be behind me, and he starts saying thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm like, what?
585-1051. When you're holding the door for somebody, they don't say thank you. Do you expect a thank you? Let's talk about it. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Call me.
Add your opinion to the Breakfast Club topic.
Come on.
800-585-1051.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you just joined us, Charlamagne gave Donkey today to who?
Man, this dude from New York City, man, his name is Edwin Pedroza. And he actually stabbed a man named Jay Nunez to death because Jay Nunez held the door for him. And Jay Nunez said to him, why don't you say thank you? And Edwin said, I didn't ask you to hold the door for me. And then that led into an altercation that led him to stab Jay Nunez.
Right. So we're asking 800-585-1051. Do you expect or deserve a thank you?
By the way, that goes with that whole you're welcome thing y'all keep saying. Like if you open the door for somebody and the person doesn't say thank you and then you say you're welcome, that's kind of the same thing as saying, hey, why don't you say thank you? Which led to this altercation, which led to this incident.
That's never happened to me. I just say you're welcome and keep moving.
Yeah, I just say
I've
you're
never
welcome,
stabbed
keep moving.
anyone and had a whole altercation
Oh my
over
God.
it. I know it's the same thing.
What are you,
Hello, who's this?
You're welcome.
This is Tanisha from VA, Hampton Road.
Hampton Road 757.
Yes.
Now you walking in the store and you decide to hold open one of these doors for somebody and they don't say nothing. What you doing?
I'm letting the door go if they don't say thank you.
Oh, you gonna let the door slam right in their face?
Slam on them.
Yes, because I say thank you when I'm in traffic. If someone lets me merge in front of them.
You do the little wave like thank you. I do that too.
So it's common courtesy. And if people can't say thank you, then they don't deserve the common courtesy.
But you know you can't expect you from other people, man. And sometimes when you don't get you from other people, you know, like it just is what it is.
It's common courtesy. So I'm going to let the door go.
That's just rude.
Well, then they're even.
Rude for not saying thank you.
And how do you let the door go before? Because if you hold in the door and they don't say thank you, they already got to get through.
You let slam on the back of them. You usually hit them in the foot.
It's hitting those heels.
I do that too, though. I know exactly what you was talking about when you said it, because I do the same exact thing. You just let it go and then hit them right in the back of the back of the ass. Hello, who's this?
Hi, this is Bianca.
Bianca, where you calling from?
I'm calling from the Bronx right now.
Oh boy. Now somebody walk in that door, you hold that door for somebody and they don't say thank you. What is the BX doing?
Listen, that's a problem. Like, if you can't give a person a common courtesy of saying thank you when they hold the door for you, then you are a trash human being. Bottom line.
But we know